What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Paste Studio here in Midtown Manhattan, New York City. We're broadcasting to you live from the Manhattan Center here on 34th Street, as we do every single day. And we are really, really pleased right now to welcome to the studio Ms. Ashley Monroe.
Hi.
Hi.
So good to be here.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming. Ashley just released her latest album. It's called Sparrow. It came out on April 20th. We raved it up here at Paste, and we've been loving it ever since it emerged. And we're going to be really pleased to hear 3 songs from that record today. So let's get started off with the song first. Tell me a little bit about what we're starting out with.
The first one I'll sing is Hands on You, just get it warmed up. I wrote this actually when I was pregnant, so I wasn't feeling sensual when I wrote this song, but I was channeling the sensual feeling. I wish I would have laid my hands on you, shown you a thing or two. I wish I'd have pushed you against the wall, locked the door in a bathroom stall, windows indiscreet. I wish you'd have laid your hands on me, that kind gonna bring me to my knees. I wish I'd have let you lay me down, 'cause I wouldn't be here wishing now. I wish I'd have laid my hands on you. I wish I was still half drunk, still tangled up, still making love, but instead I'm alone in bed with you in my head. Can't get you out of my head. Ooh. And my only regret, I wish I would have laid my hands on you, got you high in a motel room, a little secret for my soul, no one sees and no one knows, been company. I wish you'd have laid your hands on me, never let me go, drawing pictures on my skin, places no one's ever been. I wish I'd have laid my hands on you. I wish I was still half drunk, still tangled up, still making love, but instead I'm alone in bed with you in my head. Can't get you out of my head. Ooh. My only regret, I wish I would have laid my hands on you, shown you a thing or two. I wish I'd have pushed you against the wall, locked the door in a bathroom stall, your windows indiscreet. I wish you'd have laid your hands on me, well, that kind gonna bring you to your knees. I wish I'd have let you lay me down, 'cause I wouldn't be here wishing now. I wish I would have laid my hands on you. Hey, thanks, guys.
Guys, thank you so very much.
Of course.
Everyone, this is Ashley Monroe. We're here live in the Paste Studio. Ashley also is being joined by Eamon McLaughlin on fiddle. Thank you so much for coming.
My pleasure. Thank you.
So, Ashley, you mentioned right before you sang that song that you wrote that one while you were pregnant.
Yes.
And I know that there are other songs on this album that are very personally derived about your your parents, your mother and your father, your now son. And so it's definitely a record that comes from a personal place, generally speaking.
Yes.
And what I always wonder, when there are songwriters who I'm talking to where that is the case, it's like, well, there's this wealth of material in running through your head that you want to get out. But is it natural for you as a songwriter that stuff then just sort of becomes song? Does it make it easier to write songs when you have something that you really want to be expressing?
Absolutely. I actually can't imagine writing a song if everything was okay. I don't know what I'd write about, honestly. When my dad passed away, I was 13 years old, and he had just gotten me a guitar, and I'd always sang, and I yodeled really well. But, I didn't really write songs. I didn't have anything to write about. Everything was great. But when my dad passed away, I started, and my mom left for a little while, I didn't have anything, I really didn't, but my guitar to just hold on to. And that's when I started just writing these songs. They were so sad, but it really helped me. I'd feel better after. So I think I learned that then, just like kind of channel whatever it is, and just when you write it, when you put it in a song, it makes you feel better too, but it also has that emotion in the song, I feel like.
Yeah. I mean, and so, when it comes to a record like this one, and there are songs on it, I mean, right off the bat, the record started with this beautiful song called Orphan, which is obviously
Thank you.
an emotional song.
Yeah.
And unlike your last couple of records, it starts the record off on this kind of emotional, slow-burning kind of a note.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I was thinking as I was listening to these songs, like, because a lot of the subject matter is, about your relationship with your mom and your memories of your dad. And so, turning that stuff into song, in terms of writing lyrics, this is a different record for you than others have been. Did it come quickly for you? Like you knew exactly sort of how these were going to go?
Yeah, I didn't know how all these songs were going to fit, but all of these songs came kind of to me or through me or whatever you want to believe. But I believe through and to. But I went through a really deep therapy session a few years ago. It was, a deep, I'd been dealing with, my dad's death and just stuff. We all have stuff. It's just, if you don't deal with it, if you don't acknowledge it, it just sits there and might as well just get it over with. So I went away and was like, well, I'm just going to grieve my father. I'm going to forgive some people and myself. I'm going to get to the bottom of some of this pain that keeps haunting me, that I'm dealing with the wrong ways. So after that therapy session, I felt almost like a storm brewing inside me, like, uh-oh, here comes the song part
right.
of what I just went through. And Orphan was the first song that, came to me, the melody came to me really strong. And then when the lyrics came in, I could see the beginning of, okay, this sounds different, and I feel these songs, coming. And I think it's things I just kind of dusted out.
Yeah, I wonder where you were, it might have gone the opposite way, where you came out of this extremely healing experience, therapeutically, and thought now I don't know what to write about.
Yeah. Oh no, don't worry. There's always stuff.
Yeah.
And they didn't heal me or anything. I just process some stuff.
Cool. We're here with Ashley Monroe in the Paste Studio. We're going to hear a couple more songs from this new record called Sparrow. Tell me a little bit about this next one.
Actually, this next one, in my big therapy-a-thon, as I call it, I was telling them that my heart beats too fast. It just does. I've went to all these doctors, and they're like, your heart's fine, but it just rests over 100, It's beating when I'm excited, and I feel a lot really fast right now. So in therapy, they're like, why don't you write a letter to your heart? So I wrote kind of saying, where did we go wrong? You were fine when I was little, but when all that happened with my dad and life got hard, my heart sped up. So I wrote this song actually with a friend that's here today, Blue Sanders, and Paul Moak. I just went in with that kind of idea. Let's write a song to my heart, and just kind of tell it to slow down. So that's the idea of this one.
All right.
You ready? Okay. You want to count it?
You start.
Okay. I'll just kind of.
Heart, don't give up on me now. We've got a long way to go. I know we've been into miles, me and you, but I can still see the road. I can't understand all the hell I put you through. Took it like a man
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys. We are here with Ashley Monroe in the Paste Studio. And the one other thing I was curious about, as I was listening to the record, having talked about the kind of the subject matter and the lyrical content, is when you're making songs like these, which do have this very personal kind of context to them, and you're working with a new producer, Dave Cobb, down in Nashville at RCA. What did these songs sound like as they were, how do you, I don't know how to put it. What is the sound of the emotions that you were feeling? The record feels a little bit more easier going, more strings and pianos and things.
Yeah. I would say it's more emotional, but there's also like seductive moments, but it's like maybe intense, and I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like the strings bring up an emotion in all the songs. So it's almost like when you listen to it, you got to really listen to it. It's not like something you just kind of passively have on. It's kind of intense. But I feel like there's so many different emotions on it. But to me, there's a freedom in it. I know I felt freer making it. I feel better now and different as a human being. I'm more confident, and I feel different. I feel there's a shade of innocence over my eyes now having a child. So I think all of it kind of comes across in the record.
Yeah.
And Dave, I loved working with Dave. I want to work with him again. He's amazing, and he really let me be me and framed it perfectly.
Yeah, so you sort of go in and you say, this is sort of this is the basic soundscape I have in mind, and then like he kind of helps fill it out. Or was it more collaborative than that in terms of the landscape?
It's so much easier than that. And I am one of those artists that I just want to keep it like organic, and just we'll pick the songs together, the producer and I, and we'll just be like, all right, pretty much our plan was, let's go make a killer record. That really, honestly, was our plan.
Yeah.
And we really tracked it, stripped down, and already we could tell in tracking, like, okay, this is special. Like, this is something. We're taking live takes, live vocal takes and all. It just had a vibe. And then he might have thought of it like way before, but he just kind of brought it up to me in the studio, like, man, these songs would be awesome with strings. I'm like, I know, because some of my favorite records have strings as well. The first thing was, do we have budget for it? Because the strings are so expensive, but we did, thank God. And then it kind of became the sound more than pre-thinking about it. I always like to just kind of let it happen. And then even after I made the record, I was thinking, like, what's the story of this album? But when I started sequencing it, I saw it. It was kind of like a timeline.
Yeah.
And a freedom towards the end,
Yeah, I mean, the last thing that I thought I noticed about this record is that maybe it's because of the instrumentation and the strings and the pianos and that at that core, your voice seems to be a little bit more out front, which I thought maybe had something to do with the fact that you are singing from such a personal place, and maybe was that something that went into the strategizing of how to make this record. It seems like more than on your other records, maybe it's just how I heard it. Your voice out front seems to be a little bit more prominent on these songs.
No, I think for sure it is. And I love to do, like, a lot of the background parts I wanted to layer, and I did all my own harmonies. I love singing harmony. But, Dave was up for that. I'm like, on Mother's Daughter, I layered my harmonies, and I love the usage of an actual voice to be kind of an instrumentation. And so, I don't know, I like it being up, and I like reverb on it and all that, and this record has that,
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Cool. So we are going to do one more song with Ashley Monroe and Eamon McLaughlin on fiddle. These are all from Sparrow, the new record. Tell me about this last one.
This one is actually, is this the last one on the record? I think so. If not, it's the second to last. I resequenced a few times. This song I wrote with an amazing artist and singer-songwriter you all should watch out for, Waylon Payne, but he's also one of my best friends in the world. And we were at my river house. My husband and I own a river house, like 2 hours outside of Nashville. And we got up one morning, and the sun was just hitting the water just the right way, and it was just, we started drinking our coffee, and I said, and Waylon's dad actually played with Willie Nelson for years. His name was Jody Payne, his dad. And his mom was Sammy Smith, who sang Help Me Make It Through the Night. But he's got that musical spirit in him, So he brought out his dad's old guitar that he played on Stardust and everything, and I was like, we were sitting on the porch. I said, I have a title called Keys to the Kingdom, and anyway, this song, it really felt like a spiritual moment in life because it just kind of wrote itself, and it's just kind of the power of music and the gift of it and kind of where it can take you.
Yeah.
Here it is.
1, 2, 3.
kingdom, I was given a honey guitar, and I heard it sing every song it ever wrote and then sung. I was holding on to the wheel of this Lincoln made out of steel in Arizona, underneath a painted sky and then some. And I drank the water, and I saw the master's eyes. I heard Elvis singing about Jesus. I saw Daddy, Norma Jean too. Oh, what of you? Everyone I've ever loved and then some. And I drank the water, oh, and it was paradise. I was handed keys to the kingdom, I was given a honey guitar, and it made me sing every song it ever wrote and then sung.
Thanks, guys.
Guys, thank you so very much.
Of course. Thank you,
That-
Eamon. You
Thank you,
killed it.
Ashley.
You're such
Thank
a
you,
beautiful player.
Yeah, Eamon McLaughlin on fiddle with Ashley Monroe, who it has been our pleasure to host today. Your new album is called Sparrow. Just came out on April 20th, and it is a great album. Everyone should go pick it up, which you can do now. You can also hear it on ashleymonroe.com, and there are some videos there and tour dates as well for you guys to check out, so go do that and see Ashley live. So, guys, thank you so much.
Of course. Thank you for having us.
Yeah,
This
for
is
coming
awesome.
to Paste. It's been our pleasure. It's a great record, and I hope that you will come back and play more songs for us.
I will. And
down
thanks
the line.
for the awesome review. I really liked it.
Yeah,
My
we
mom
did too.
sent me your rolls. I was like, yes, I love that.
Our pleasure.
Thank you.
All right, thank you guys.